but this whole Charles Bediako thing, it feels like a time continuum shifted. Right, like
vernal equinox.
Yeah, like we shifted through the vernal equinox, and things changed. And Darryn Peterson sitting out this game last night. I am very interested what you guys think about what happened last night. And I'm trying not to be too dramatic. Did you guys see this? This is a contracted employee, and I have done this job that he does. He is a stats guy, and he was sitting courtside, right? And he was caught texting about Darryn Peterson. And essentially what that text message says is Bill Self told him, hey, if you're going to half-ass it, don't play. And Darryn Peterson said, F it, I'm out. And didn't play. And then he was sick. He didn't feel, Monty, he had the flu, Monty. Right? And then without him, Kansas goes on to beat number 1 Arizona at home. You know, like, but you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, this sucks, dude. This sucks. This sucks in every way, shape, and form. I don't even know how else you would, when you have a coach texting about his star player, and that star player does legitimately not seem like he wants to play against the number 1 team in the country. I just don't see the point. And the text allegedly says, quote, so he's sick and didn't tell anyone in practice. And Bill Self said, don't half-ass it if you're going to play. If not, sit. And Darryn Peterson said, F it, I'm out. But I don't care who you are. I don't care how you read that. It's Kansas versus the number 1 team in the country. And you're trying to tell me that Darryn Peterson is the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I do not buy it. And good on you, Bill Self, because Bill Self's a hell of a basketball coach.
Yeah, talk about getting over.
And again, I understand it was at Fog Allen, and I understand that Lawrence is not the easiest place to go play, no matter who's on their team. But not having Darryn Peterson unexpectedly, and then going on and you handled the second half exceptionally well. You won that game in the second half, and I give him all the credit in the world. And I say, F you, Darryn Peterson. I would not play him again.
Yeah, I mean,
screw that guy.
Yeah, I think that, you know, so look, this is the really fascinating part of it. After the game is when I thought, as far as Darryn Peterson was concerned, it just kind of got a little, you know, it just kind of got a little into the gray area. I mean, you've got both coaches commenting on it. You've got the media asking about it.
Of course.
Which is, of course, I totally agree. I would have asked too, of course. I'm not saying this is the media's fault, but you have those questions being asked. You've got a situation where, yeah, it does appear, based on what we know about the situation, that this was Bill Self versus Buddy, and Bill Self came out on top, and Darryn Peterson, just like every other player, you know, was humbled a little bit last night and was made to realize that it's not just him and everybody else, and that he's not, you know, the final nail in the coffin that's going to decide Kansas's season. And I just think that these guys, you know, this has been my little bit of gripe about like Debanza as an example. There's been other guys we've talked about, but I just think mentality is super important right now in college basketball. If you're a top guy, if you're a top 10 pick in the NBA draft, like, you know, a projected top 10 pick in the NBA draft, you know, let alone the projected number 1 pick in the NBA draft, I mean, you have to go about it the right way. And I just think that when you have text like this, and I know this is a little bit grainy, but this is the best quality we have off of a cell phone. But when you've got this level of text being, as Twitter called it, sniped by a cell phone. I mean,
Snelf.
it's not it's not great. It's not good for the program. And I think that these guys are solely and wholly focused on their paycheck. And that's the problem.
We've
because,
seen this kid's agent allegedly talking to an associate athletic director, and then he sits out the second half with cramps against BYU. But look at all the laundry list of big games Darryn Peterson isn't playing in because he doesn't want to get exposed.
But,
and I think the post-game comments, this is not Bill self-protecting a player.
So you mentioned it being unclear if Darryn would be able to go. Is there a reason he wasn't on the availability report today ahead of game time?
Yeah, because we thought he'd go. Yeah, we thought he'd go. So I thought adrenaline would kick in, and he would go. So, and he was at shoot around today. I mean, he was out there, but just what you could just tell, he didn't feel great. But we were all hopeful that he'd kick in and be ready to go. So you sound like you bet on the game. But no, there was no ploy with that at all.
I have to say, it smacks of it. It smacks of it. There's no question about it that it smacks of it. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it does have shades of, like, this is the first thing I thought of when I last night, before I realized that he wasn't playing in this game, and I'd kind of plugged myself back into the sports world, sitting down to watch this game. I was like, hold on. Where's he at? And then, of course, I get on the cesspool known as Twitter, and all is made available to me. So I don't know, man. I think it's a really weird situation. My question for Darryn just simply would be, it's the number one team in the country. It's everything that you would want as a college basketball player. And by the way, Arizona looked really good last night. Like, Arizona played well last night. That was a really good game. They went back and forth. Like, that was a highly, highly entertaining game. But I think it's fascinating that your own head coach is out here running from questions, or Arizona's head coach is out here running from questions around Darryn Peterson, and the fact that somehow this game is not about him. It's about Arizona and Kansas going back and forth.
10 minutes before the game. Yeah.
How difficult?
Guys, Kansas is a hell of a team. Let's not make this about Darryn Peterson. He didn't play because he was sick. They beat the number one team in the country at home tonight. They did a hell of a job, and their coach did a hell of a job. That should be the story.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the story.
That shouldn't be the story.
Because we've got gambling in college basketball. You've got agent guy allegedly talking to associate AD guy. You've got, just all, the Bediako thing. Like, there's every reason for the narrative and storyline to be not about the X's and O's, but to be about everything outside and around this game. And that, to me, is what I would be talking to Darryn Peterson about. I would be telling him, listen, dude, this game should have been Kansas versus Arizona, two juggernauts getting after it in the Big 12. That's what it should have been about. But instead, it's about you not playing in the game when you were allegedly healthy enough to play, when your coach says he thought adrenaline would kick in and you'd be available. And now you come out of this game looking like not the number one pick, looking like just a guy who's really good, who's a top 5 pick, but maybe I'm just going to take the night off, guys. You guys go and play the best team in the country. It's not that deep for me. Like, that's what this looks like. It
just feels like he doesn't like playing basketball. It feels like he's not passionate about playing basketball. Again, I go back to the BYU Kansas game. You're fighting for your life in that game, and he's missing the second half as BYU storms back, right? You then turn around and sit out versus Arizona with some mystery flu. I am not drafting this kid number one. There is no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm
if you're any type of
drafting him
competitor,
number one.
if you're any type of competitor, if you're any type of, it's like the old saying, right? Back in the day, like if you're any type of anybody, you want to be there and you want to be a part of that, whatever that is for you. And in this case, it's that game. I mean, honestly, like this is a separate yourself from other teams type game. And
what my question is, why go out and warm up? Why go out and show yourself before he's literally on the floor warming up, getting ready, looking completely fine. And then he just doesn't play. Hey, I'm amazed by it. I am amazed by it, and I don't know how do we continue to make excuses for this cat?
Yeah, I don't think you make excuses for him. I think that what'll happen inevitably, and I'm predicting this only because this is seemingly how it goes in life every single time. But obviously, they're going to get into the tournament, of course, and it's going to get to a point where they get a matchup, and he's going to miss another game in the tournament. Like, guarantee it'll happen. You watch it happen. At some point in the tournament, he'll miss time, he'll miss a half, he'll miss a game, and it will cost them eventually. Eventually, they won't be able to beat the best teams in the country every single time without him. But my concern is that this is happening because of the agent. Because the agent's telling him, hey, dude, like, you don't need to play in this game. Like, you're good. Like, you're going to be the number one pick either way. Like, what's the big deal? And that's just a complete wrong way to go about it. It's the wrong mentality to have. I would so much, and I can't even believe that I'm saying this, but I would so much rather have a player like Zion Williamson in college basketball, who's limited in a lot of ways, but is explosive and is just dying out there every night for you. Just blowing up his shoe, like trying to end UNC, versus a cat that just doesn't care, not a big deal. Blase, like, and it just drives me nuts, because we see this sometimes less in college football just because of the nature of college football and what you have to be to play football. But I just don't understand, like, you're at Kansas, you're not in LA, dude. I'd almost understand it if you were like in LA or in New York or in Miami. Like, if you were in a city where you had other stuff to do, okay, dude, I get it, dude. You're in Lawrence, brother. You're like, you're there to play basketball. Like, strap it up, get it going, go and hoop. But you can't even do that. To which I say, I agree completely. I'm not drafting you now. After this, I would not draft the kid. And it's not had anything to do with his talent. It's a premise issue alone. Simple as that. Yeah,
I'm not willing to do it. And I think that when you look at the kids that are out there and you understand that hasn't he only played like 13 games? I mean, I just don't understand the hype on kids who don't want to play. And he is no different than, like, think about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard misses a ton of games. Amazing when he plays, not really amazing when he doesn't. Right? Like, that to me is the issue. And then this situation with Charles Bediako, that's all over with now. And now it's starting to sound like Alabama knew if they lost this case that they were going to lose the games that he played in. And I am here for it. I'm here for it. I think what Alabama did is an absolute disgrace. And I have no sympathy for Alabama. You're playing a kid that was on a two-way NBA contract and should never have been in a college basketball game after that.
Mm-hmm.
And now a judge has ruled him ineligible. And there is talk that the NCAA is going to, while not stripping those wins, make them invisible, so that when it comes tournament time, the games that Bediako played in will have no weight on their seeding in the tournament. And I say amen to that.
That's how it should be. It's how it should be. I mean, you took a flyer on a kid, you tried to get an advantage, you tried to game the system, and I do think there is a price to pay for that. And I think that it's just, I don't know. I guess I feel like the theme in college basketball right now is there's a right way to do things, right? There are things that you know that you can do that are clear and proper and correct, and everyone's totally good with it. And then there's stuff like Charles Bediako, Darryn Peterson, right? There's these different topics where it's like, dude, like, what are you guys doing? What do you mean you brought a G League player back into your program at the college level? Like, even if that was allowed on premise alone, I wouldn't be doing it. It just sends a complete wrong message, dude. It's not the right thing to do, but yet here they are doing it. And so it's like at some point there has to be a price to pay. And I don't know if somehow Alabama was surprised by this, if Nate Oates just woke up one day and was like, yeah, dude, who cares? We're just going to take a risk and it doesn't matter. Like, again, blasé. Like, what's the worst they're going to do? Strip us of the losses or wins or whatever? Like that's how I feel like these guys go about it. And I just don't understand, like, where is like the pride in the work that you do? Where is any sense of like, yeah, like, not only did I accomplish this, but I did it the right way? Like, that's just not alive and well right now.
Yeah, at least Darryn Peterson is eligible, right? At least he's a college basketball player. I think and this is why I ask, like, how do we fix college basketball? Because college football, I just think it's bigger than any of these crises that it's facing. College basketball is not. College basketball, I think, is losing fans in droves. This Bediako thing is a big deal, right? You remember Charles Bediako played on a two-way contract, played in the G League, comes back to Alabama, gets an injunction, a temporary restraining order so that he can compete, and he has now played in several games, and he's averaging like 10 points and 6 rebounds, and now a judge just said, nah, bro, you're out. And I say, you're an absolute embarrassment and a disgrace. And if you're Nate Oates and you're allowing Bediako to play, it just tells me who you are. It tells me what your morals are, what your ethics are. And I hope that Alabama misses a tournament. They won't. They're 16-7. They probably won't.
Yeah.
But I hope they miss the tournament. I hope they don't ever win another game in the history of their. It's too much. My point is, may Charles Bediako airball every free throw he puts up from here to 4. And if you are, where did I see JaVale McGee dunking on people in
overseas,
the Australian League,
NBL,
and so you're just too good to go play in Australia? You're too good to go play in Europe? There's hundreds of teams globally.
But I think the motivation, is solely fixed on money. That's it.
But you can't tell me that Charles Bediako is getting NIL money.
Well, I don't know, dude. Why would he come back then?
I don't believe for a second. Alabama was probably paying him, but you can't tell me in any way, shape, or form that he's getting like, all right, Tuscaloosa Ford. Right, like,
I just
here's our guy Charles Bediako for Tuscaloosa KY jelly.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time believing that as well, but I just can't understand. Like, if you're Charles Bediako and you were like, all right, should I go back to college or stay in the G League? What's the only motivation? Because you can't even tell me that that's good for your career. Now you're forever known as the guy that went back to college, dude. And you think that's a good thing? Like, yeah, I agree. Like, go overseas. Like, it's not, I don't know why for some guys it's such a stigma or such a, just a negative, a blight on your life, if you will, that maybe you're not good enough to play in the NBA, but you're certainly good enough to play pro somewhere. Like, again,
I think guys have maturity issues. This Bediako thing, Darryn Peterson, they're getting terrible advice. And they have maturity issues.
Yeah,
that's it. This is no different than Damon Williams at Washington. This is no different than Trinidad Chambliss. This is no different than any of these situations where these kids are getting terrible advice. They're getting advice from adults who see them as dollar signs. That's how it appears to me. I mean, you have a cat in Darryn Peterson whose representative is talking to an associate athletic director, who then the associate athletic director goes and talks to Bill Self, and then Darryn Peterson doesn't play the second half against BYU.
How?
Isn't playing in overtime of Kansas games. Does not play against at Fog Allen, the number one team in the country. Arizona's in town, and Darryn Peterson can't figure out how to drink Gatorade and get that Pedialyte rectally so that he can play. Right? He hasn't earned the logo on the side of the helmet. Right? Like that's what this is. And again, I think, and I only half jokingly say it, but how do we make college basketball great again? Right? Like, we're going to expand the tournament to 738 teams.
Who the fuck is that guy?
How do we
why don't we
fix
just
college
start throwing
basketball?
NBL teams into the tournament, dude? Why not just go get some teams from the Chinese basketball league over here, like the Korean league or the European league? Like, come on, dude. Like, anybody's welcome.
Yeah, any team that's not in the Epstein files, you're welcome to play in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, what? It just is what it is, dude.
You are what you are.
You have to make it a rule. If you go to the NBA, excuse me, if you go to the NBA and you sign a contract, you're done in college.
Yeah, if you're on paper in the NBA, the G League, anything professional, you're done.
The minute you sign a contract, you're done.
That's it. Don't care what kind of contract it is. You as soon as you go pro, your eligibility is done with. It's forever dead.
It's over.
And I think that it's. I don't know. I sometimes like last night I was watching this Kansas game, and I'm sitting there thinking about, like, legitimately what was the play for Charles Bediako, dude? And because I harken back to LaMelo Ball's story of, hey, like, you were good, but at that time you were not regarded as an NBA talent because you were too young, you were too small. Like, your body wasn't ready. Everybody agreed on that. Even LaMelo agreed on that. Like, I remember them talking about it. And so what did he do? He went overseas to places that no one's ever really heard of or known about.
People have heard of Lithuania.
Yeah, I don't think anybody gives a damn or knows anything about the Lithuanian basketball league. I'm sorry. Like, they may play it, but I don't think anyone is. Here you go. I don't think anyone has positions on over-unders in the Lithuanian basketball league. Okay?
I'm going to say they do.
Let's put it that way. So I look back at it and I say, dude, like, if LaMelo Ball can go all over the world, play in crappy arenas and crappy gyms and not have any of the accoutrements and benefits of pro players and all of that.
Dominate the Australian League.
Then go to the Australian League, dominate there. I just feel like these kids it's not even maturity, but it's entitlement. You feel entitled to money because you've always made it in high school and in college. And that's where I feel like the system lets these kids down. Hey, I just went pro, but maybe I'm not good enough to be a no doubt about it NBA guy. Well, now life is smacking you in the face. Now you're getting a reality check that, it's not good enough just to be 7 feet tall anymore. And that means that you're the best player on your team. Now you actually have to, like, play defense, and you actually have to, like, know your role and execute your role inside of the offense, dude. Like, it's not like the game is bigger than you. And that'd be my message to guys like Bediako and Darryn Peterson. And, like, dude, if I was Darryn Peterson's dad or a friend or someone giving him advice, I would have called him last night after that game. And I said, what the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, how is this okay? This is how you represent your program. Like, this is like, who do you, like, I literally would have said, who do you think you are, dude? Like, you're not anybody right now. You might be a good college basketball player. That doesn't mean the NBA is guaranteed. Like, does this guy think that it's just guaranteed that he's going to play in the league 15 years? That's not how it works.
But how do you get Mariah Mills if you don't,
Yeah. I mean, how do you get Mariah Mills level talent if you're not out here, busting your Kyries on the floor and dunking all over fools,
busting
dude?
your Kyries.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's really a legitimate question.
The biggest load that we've seen.
Bryce Martin, what do you mean, Jake? I send texts like that all the time to my girl during an argument. Can you believe they caught a stat guy who probably is never going to be a stat? His career as a stat guy lasted just as long as Charles Bediako's time at Alabama this year. But they caught, see, that was a joke. Okay. The stat guy's dead. Like, it's over for stat buddy.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe he needs to go be a stat buddy in the Australian League. You know, maybe that's how he can get paid now.
Randy Riding, they don't have Gatorade in Kansas. That stuff brought MJ back from the dead to beat the Jazz.
Yeah, it did. But I agree with Bill. Like, I can't believe it, dude. Darryn Peterson has put me in a place to agree with that slimy scheming, cheater of a head coach, Bill Self. Like, you guys remember who Bill Self is, right? Like, you remember all the recruiting drama and all the rule breaking,
all the surgery and the health issues. And
yes. You guys remember all that, right? So now I've been put in a place as a commentator on college sports where I have to say, good on you, Bill Self.
You're an authority.
An authority on sports on this here channel.
On the Marty program.
Dude, I have to sit here and be like, yeah, dude, I'm on team Bill Self on this one, dude. Bill Self said, no, here's the bird. You didn't want to work hard and you didn't want to do your damn job. So you're not playing tonight. How about that? And then you went out and beat Arizona. Like, it's the ultimate. No, this is my team, not your team, and you're getting sit down. And you can hold yourself out, or I can sit you down, whatever you like. But I'm not only going to go win the game, I'm then going to burn you with the media after the game. So I didn't have any issue with him not protecting his players when Darryn, the best player on the roster, thinks he's above it. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is brutal. And yeah, Jay Chapman, Arizona, Kansas was a great game.
Hell of a game.
It was a great game. And it's really disappointing. The awkward guy says things just haven't been the same since Harambe died.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
You know,
Here we go.
I mean, ever since then, the world's gone to the toilet. I don't think I disagree at all. That's right. The world's gone to the toilet. You know, I honestly don't know how you fix it. Unfortunately, Minty, I don't think the NCAA has a power over this for G League to go to college. Can't wait for UFL players to go back to college. I think football's different. That's why you don't see it in football.
Yeah.
Football is a man's game. This would never happen in football.
Nope.
It would never happen in football.
The only way I could ever see it happening would be with kickers. That'd be the only position I could see it at. Anybody else who is, any type of position player, you're never going to see them come back to college. Number one, I think for a lot of college football players, being able to say that you just made it to the NFL is a massive accomplishment. Getting drafted by, I don't care what round you got drafted, just the fact that you got drafted is an incredible life achievement for any football player to ever realize the heights of that of the game at that level. And so I just think it's just different. And I think that the accessibility to the game is really where a lot of these problems are born, because basketball is a game that is played on the street, dude. Go down to your park and play. Like, that's not how football is played, dude. Like, you might be able to play flag football at the park, but like legitimate football, you're not doing that. And I think that it's just a culture thing. That's why, like, all this, all the fun that we've had with the Colorado coaches and Sumrall and these guys that give all these crazy speeches and do all this scheming stuff in tunnels with players. Like, I don't have a problem with it, because at least in college football, like, they're sending the right message. Like, they're at least trying to make these kids go in the right direction. And yeah, sometimes they have a funny way of doing it, but at least the culture is correct. At least, like, everyone, just as an example, everyone making a fuss about Dion's, apparel policy in the weight room. Like the whole point of that is to make these kids more disciplined and to make them appreciate what they have. Like, you're in Nike school. Like, how about we all get on the same page And when I say all of us, I mean the staff and the players. We're all going to wear the same shoes, all going to wear the same socks, all going to wear the same everything.
You
because
can't
we're
wear
a
gear
team.
from your former school.
Yeah, like we're not doing that, dude. And I feel like some of these because these kids in college basketball can bounce around so much and they're one and dones and like they're just on it's just because think about it, they get to high school, they got to play all 4 years in high school, and then they get to college and it's like, dude, once I graduate high school, I'm one season from NBA money. So guys like Darryn Peterson are just like, yeah, dude, bro, everyone's saying I'm a top draft pick. Why do I need to play against Arizona? To which I say, you don't get it, dude. And I'm not drafting you.
But I agree with Brandon here. Like, I think this is part of the reason the NBA sucks now, because this mentality has bled over into the NBA. And again, this is going to sound like me being a red ass, but I don't enjoy the NBA with these 20-somethings who aren't passionate about anything but a paycheck.
Yeah.
And I look at this brawl last night.
Dude.
This brawl last night in the NBA, my God. Okay, good to see Isaiah Stewart, who was a minus 12 last night, run onto the floor from the bench. So his season's over, which I'm here for it.
Bro is minus 12 in the stat sheet, but plus 10 in the fight sheet.
Right? Like this is what basketball's become. And I actually think this was good. This was good for the NBA last night. This put the NBA front and center, as ugly as a brawl might have been. Again, who knew that the Pistons were involved in a fracas like this? Ridiculous. But you look at the just lack of composure and humanity in basketball right now, and the lack of respect for your fellow competitor. You look at none of these guys care about anything but a paycheck.
Yeah.
And that Isaiah Stewart still plays in the NBA is an embarrassment, because this is not his first foray. But this is what basketball's become.
So you think they should ban him from the league?
Yeah, I think he should no longer. How many times is he going to throw a punch and endanger people?
Yeah.
Like at what point do we stop allowing? It's not boxing, right? When's Jake Paul getting in the ring? Oh, that's right. He's sobbing over his girlfriend at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, at what point do we stop trying to wonder if Darryn Peterson plays? I hope nobody ever drafts him, because he hasn't earned it. He doesn't deserve an NBA contract, in my opinion. He doesn't deserve to be the number one pick.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're crazy if you think that Darryn Peterson, who is clearly, in my opinion, dodging big games and big moments, and I'm a vocal critic of AJ Debance as the number one pick in the NBA draft. He's not good enough. AJ Debance needs to come back to BYU next year. And I would still take him over Darryn Peterson, because at least AJ Debance has a want to. Mm-hmm. He seems to have a motor and a desire. Darryn Peterson does not.
Yeah, I would say that AJ's struggles are much more of just finding his flow in the game. You know, finding the balance between running the set versus doing what he does like that. And I have no problem with that. I think that I agree. He shouldn't be number one overall. Like ideally he would stay at BYU. That's not going to happen. He's going to go to the league, but you know, at least with AJ, it's a basketball conversation. It's a, hey, you know, this is how you do this, AJ. Let us develop you and show you and take your game to the next level. And that, at least there, I can say, okay, cool, we can develop this kid. It might take 2 seasons, but we can develop him, you know. But with Darryn, I've never been a believer that you can take a guy who doesn't have. I mean, this is not unique to basketball too, because I think this is a broader conversation, and Darryn is just kind of the pawn in it. But like, it's hard to make people do things the right way or do it, operate at a certain level when they just don't want to do that. Like that's the hardest thing in life to do, in my opinion, is to get someone to do something that they either don't want to do or maybe operate at a certain intensity level that they're just not wired to operate at. And I can't believe, like, it really speaks to the kid's talent. Like, he's that good that he doesn't feel like he has to play in big games. Like, that's crazy.
And sadly, he is that good.
Yeah.
He is that good. If we're being real about it, if I'm Adam Silver, I am ducking the media during the All-Star break. Tanking, fighting, expansion, going to be not fun.
Well,
yeah, we're going to talk Jazz tanking here in a while.
The league is the Jazz is its own conversation. I don't have nice things to say about the Jazz, but I think that the league is look, the league is suffering from LeBron not retiring yet. And I hate saying that about Bron, but it is true in my opinion. I think that like, he needs to move on so that the Lakers can get back to being good. And I understand that he's going to go back to Cleveland and he's going to finish his career there. And I have no problem with that, honestly. The guy has earned that. You've been in the league 20-something seasons. You've been the face of the league for basically every single season you've been in the league. Like, go and finish your career the way you want to, dude. But I am a little sick and tired of not having Lakers Celtics on Christmas Day and have it mean something. I'm a little tired of not having, good storylines, good conversations from the league. How do we not have, how is the best team in the league, with all due respect to Oklahoma City, because I think they've done a phenomenal job building that team. It's no shade to them. But how is it that Oklahoma City is the best team in the league right now? Like, how did we get to this place? How are we allowing the league to dilute into this? Like, when are the Knicks going to get over the top? When are the Miami Heat going to be back? Like, those are the questions that I think the league has to answer. That's what the league needs, is those bigger market teams to get back going again.
Yeah, I think, God, the NBA issues, I don't even know where to begin. I think the Lakers, I watch pretty much every Laker game. LeBron's a huge problem for the Lakers. The bigger issue is they can't stay healthy, right? Like, LeBron, the salary cap is actually in good shape for the Lakers. Like, you look at their numbers, you look at the way Luka's actually playing very well, but Austin Reeves does not play games recently. Like, the guy's been hurt for, I think, the entire season. Mm-hmm. I think Austin Reeves has been out for 7 years. And he is I'm bitter. The Lakers should be much better, right? Like, and LeBron being day to day, which I guess we all are, as the joke goes, but LeBron being listed as day to day, like Anthony Davis sitting out the rest of the year. You just look at the volume of injuries, the Jason Tatum in Boston, pick your injured guy.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are trying to get back as soon as they can. They're all multi-millionaires. And there is no explanation for it, right? How is Oklahoma City the best team in the league? Well, because they were terrible for a decade. That's how they're the best team in the league. Look at all the draft picks. Look at their ability to go and get guys, because they had all those draft picks because they were terrible. The difference with OKC and the Utah Jazz, the Jazz are terrible at making basketball teams, and OKC is not. That's what it comes down to, right? So we can sit here and talk about, hey, the NBA is broken. Why is the NBA broken? Because NBA players are overpaid and they don't want to play games.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that to me. Kawhi Leonard, whoever you want to point to, all these dudes that miss a ton of games, they're not dying to get back on the floor.
Darius
They're not.
Garland.
They're not doing what LeBron did and spent $5 million a year on his body to make sure he played every game possible. So you can rip LeBron. LeBron's trying to play every game possible. Oh, he's gravy training. Well, he's hanging on because he loves playing basketball. And he makes a really good bit of cash to do that. So I would hang on too.
I'd be hanging on for $50 million plus a year as well.
I'm not here for the young 20-year-old guy who doesn't want to play every game in the NBA because it's hard. Go work at Chick-fil-A. You ever breaded chicken breast at Chick-fil-A? Yeah, it sucks. Right? You want to go labor and be on a road crew on a freeway in Los Angeles? That sucks.
In the middle of summer? Yeah,
right.
Sucks.
You're not working for a living. You play basketball. It's not that difficult. And I just think that whether it's this gambling nonsense, you look at these guys, that these young kids that are caught up in these gambling things, you're not smart. You're not mature. You don't surround yourself with the best people because you think you know it all. Because everybody's told you your entire life, you know it all, dude. And I hate it. I hate everything about it.
Yeah, it's the arrogance. It's just a thing where, again, entitlement. That's what it is. It's I'm getting paid all this money. Why do I need to work?
And the problem with this, Brandon, is the NBA needs an NFL type rule that prevents the kids from going pro till they're done. Then we wind up in court. What the NBA needs is to let the players play, and when they're not good enough, they're done. Go play in Europe. Go play somewhere else. Go play in the G League and be invisible because the G League sucks. Nobody watches. Right? Go play, but you're not going back to college. You signed an NBA contract. You signed a professional contract in the G League or the NBA. You're not going back to college.
Yeah, I guess it just surprises me on some level that dudes just don't have like pride in their reputation and their work right now. How do you and maybe it's because we're not them and we don't make that kind of money and we didn't I get it that for basketball players, you've been playing this game since you were like 7 years old and it's been your whole life. It's basically been, when am I playing and what else do I have to do to keep playing? Your entire life. And so on some level I get that, but I guess it's hard for me to relate to the concept that, hey, you got to the NBA, you got your contract, so now you're just chilling. Now you just think that now's the time to not double down, to just I'm going to show up. I'm going to roll up in my Urus and I'm going to have my Gucci loafers on and I'm just going to hoop a little bit and that's it. I don't know why guys choose to go down that path. Why not, try to be the best that you can? And the answer to that inevitably is that that's what separates great players in the league from average ass players. And I agree that average ass player is still making like $30 million, which is insane.
Yep. That's exactly right. And I just, it's crazy to me.
And
it is what it is.
I will say too, one more thing. You don't see this problem in baseball too much because of the farm system and because of what dudes have to go through to get to the big leagues. That's and I think that's why culturally the guys, if you look at baseball, the guys who are lazy like that or don't run hard or it's one of the cardinal sins in baseball, not running hard on a ground out. You're going to get thrown out. You ground it out to shortstop, but you're still going to run hard because that's a culture. Guys who don't run hard typically get bounced. Unless you're hitting 50 bombs a year and you're that guy. So I just think there's not enough. I guess what we're saying is it's too easy to get to the league.
LeBron absorbs too much of the salary cap that it poisons the Lakers. Yeah, I totally disagree with that. I think the you gonna make it over there, Jake? You all right there, buddy? You want to go? You need to take you want to go take a nap real quick? A little pookie. Anyway, Jake hates when I do that. LeBron's not the issue with the Lakers. Luka doesn't play the other night. And didn't he almost have a triple-double against OKC? It was 22, 10, and 6 or something like that. He's not the issue. Does he make, what is he making, $52 million? Sure. But the issue is Luka didn't play. If Luka plays, they beat OKC, who also didn't have SGA. So I don't think the issue isn't LeBron's making too much money. The issue is that LeBron's not the same player he was. So OKC's the best team in the league because they tanked for 5 years. Don't hate the Jazz, hate the system the NBA created. No, the Jazz are straight up not playing guys in the fourth quarter. And Will Hardy's like, yeah, no, never thought about putting them back in. It's embarrassing. But it's the Jazz, so would you expect them to be something other than embarrassing?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jazz and any other team that, that like my problem is you made a deadline deal to bring in talent. Now that talent's performing for you and you're still sitting them. Like it's disrespectful to the league, dude.
Bron is hanging on because he hasn't done anything else his whole life. It's who he is as a person. It's been his everything since he was 10. He's got a massive amount of business interests. I don't think he will be bored. I think he wants to win another championship. I think that's what LeBron is chasing. I don't necessarily agree that it's because this is his whole life. I think he wants another ring, but I could be wrong. One good player in the NBA changes your franchise. One player in the NHL, NFL, or MLB isn't going to help much. See the show and Trout with the Angels. Well, I think in Major League Baseball, it's the owner's willingness to spend money. You have to spend. I'm a Cub fan, bro. We don't have, we don't have it. Big Daddy Magic. Hey, play it today. I'm on official business. Yeah. So Big Daddy Magic thought it'd be cool to ask me where to buy weed in Seattle. It's like, I'm coming to Seattle. The weed better be good. Like, what are you doing in Seattle? Anyway.
Yeah. So what? Now you're a Seahawks fan?
Well, I have no idea.
Let me guess. Next year, you're going to ask Monty for a 3X Seahawks shirt. Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah. And I regret buying Big Daddy Magic this gift. In all seriousness, I am not, I have blocked, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. If you ask me for money, I'm going to block you. I'm over it now. Like, I've got so many people like being like, hey, can I get a gift card for no? And then like one dude in particular, who I'm not going to name by name, is like, hey, I'll take an Amazon gift card. I can buy groceries with that. I'm like, dude, like, I've never even heard of you. Right? Like, this was the argument on the show. About should we or shouldn't we, or.
And then everyone vilified me for saying we shouldn't.
It was a huge mistake. And I've also got Big Daddy Magic being like, oh, hey, can you track that package for me? No, I'm not tracking your package for you. No, I'm not tracking your package for you.
What package? Like what? The shirt?
The shirt that I got him.
Dude, it's a shirt. It'll show up, dude.
Yeah.
It ain't a big deal.
Well, no, he was saying he's out of town and he wants to make sure that if it shows up, his neighbor gets it. No, sorry, dude. I'm not a fucking mail service. I'm not a mail service, man. Like, this is no good deed goes unpunished. This is the issue. Why are you
so pissed about this?
Because it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And we talked about this, I'm pretty sure, when we were making a decision if we were going to buy him a gift. It drives me crazy that the maggots come out of the woodwork when you try to do something nice for somebody.
Yeah, do not do something nice for one person and all of a sudden you got to feed the whole family.
Yeah, I am not going to. This is the cat who showed up at my front door in Salt Lake City and was like, oh, I love your show, man. Yeah, cool. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's cool. Thanks for watching.
That's one thing that I've never understood about, like obviously fan of the show, but you thought it was a good idea to show up to your front door? Like what? Instagram DM wasn't good enough? You had to knock on dude's door? Like, I don't know, man.
Nope.
I don't think that people have, like, I'm not even saying that BDM, like it has any, like, doesn't mean well, or like, I'm sure he does, but the issue isn't even really with BDM himself. It's more of like, hey, you do right for one person, and then all of a sudden you got like 20 people beating down your door. And in some cases that's literal, not figuratively. And I just think I don't know. It just makes it so that you can't do right by people. The only time I hand stuff out is food to homeless people. If I go out to a nice dinner or something and I have leftover food that I can take, I'll typically take it if I know that I can give it to a homeless person. Because food is, hey, you're gonna eat that or it's gonna go bad. It's not money. You can't get drugs with it. You can't get liquor with it. Like, it's just a very straightforward proposition. So I just
don't feed the pigeons. It's unfortunate, but that's where I'm at. Like, you feed the pigeons, more pigeons show up.
Yeah.
That's just the way the world works. Yeah, exactly right, dude. Don't feed the strays, Monty. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, like, I don't feel like it's wrong to say that we just can't do that. That's just not part of what we can and can't do. Like, we can do things for the advocates. Like, we can raise money to help feed people, but we're not doing birthday gifts for people, dude. We're not like, again, the Amazon gift card thing is not us picking somebody. Typically that adjudicates itself in the comments section based on the competition. And that's just an incentive to donate money to help feed people. Like, that's different. And I think that I don't want people to feel like, oh, well, you guys are unwilling to help people. No, that's not true, dude.
No.
Like, we help a lot of people, actually. It's just that we're not going to say this one-off person is getting something because they've contributed a lot of videos. Like, do you understand? And I'm more than happy to play this card. Like, it's a privilege for you to play your videos on the show. Like, you get that, right? Like not that I have any issue with BDM, not making it personal with him, but just from a philosophical standpoint. And this is what I said that day. It's a privilege for you to get your videos played on the show, like, damn near every day, certainly weekly. Not everybody gets that right. Like, James hasn't been able to break through on playing videos, gets his comments read all the time, but hasn't been able to break through on the videos. So just remember what you have, Darryn Peterson. Just remember what you have and how far you've come. And by the way, I appreciate, BDM, that you listen so much. I do. It helps us. I appreciate that you listen and you contribute, dude. Thank you. But no, we're not doing one-off birthday gifts anymore.
No, never going to happen again. Never going to happen again. The minute you decide to pet a stray, you have a pet for life. Truer words have never been spoken. That's exactly right. And and I feel bad about it. And I wasn't going to bring it up. And then Big Daddy Magic sends me a note this morning saying, I'm in Seattle today. The weed better be great.
But here's my question. Why are you in
Seattle?
Dude? Why
what are you doing
there?
here?
Like, you're not a Seahawks fan. Like, I guess I just don't understand. That's what I would love an answer to. What? I feel like BDM came to Seattle because he thought he was going to meet you again and to go to the parade and smoke weed.
I don't know about all that. Don't even put that out into.
Well, no, ethos. I'm not saying it has anything to do with you. I'm saying that that's what he had thought, or that it seems like he thought that there was a chance at that.
Well, I hope not. The real awkward guy. Hey, Monty, for my birthday, can you say I'm your favorite San Antonian who lives in Austin? And my birthday is until August. Exactly right.
I mean, listen, we can start a fans only page for you guys if you guys want to pay us to say things for you. I mean, we can sell ourselves out like that if you would. And
what is that video service where you can pay somebody to make you a video? I can't
remember the name of it.
Cameo.
Yeah, we could start a Cameo. You guys want to pay us a certain amount of money to get shout outs? Okay, fine, dude. That's cool. We can do that. But
do people still use Cameo? Is Cameo still a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
He does. Big Daddy Magic. It's not personal with Big Daddy Magic. Whatever his afflictions are.
Okay, how much would you guys pay for a Cameo account from us? Would you pay $10 a hit?
Do we have a Cameo account or something?
I don't know. We'd have. I didn't make it. If we do,
I thought we did. I could be wrong. But what do I know?
Okay, bro. Yes, the Rizzler is on there.
What's the Rizzler?
What the hell is the Rizzler, dude?
I've never heard of the Rizzler.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know who you're talking to.
I thought we made a Cameo. Yeah, well, it's still an official site.
Hey, listen, I'm listen in the comment section. I'm down. We can make a cameo and do that. That's not hard for us to do. Certainly, we could do that. I mean, if you got requests and you want to say happy birthday to someone, I'm down. But you're gonna have to pay for that. Like, if I'm going out of the way, there's got to be, it's got to what, $10-20 a pop at least, right?
I would think.
You know.
I don't know. I have no idea. Jesus, I have no idea if this is. What are we doing? This is probably going to create a thing.
Well, hello, James. Nice of you to actually show up, dude.
Oh.
I like the video comps. Many of the other videos were funny. I agree. BDM's videos are funny. There's a lot of times where I laugh and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But that unto itself is a gift to BDM. The fact that his videos make the show is a gift.
Yeah, we have a cameo.
Oh, we do?
Oh, wow. Yeah, we have a cameo.
Are there requests?
There are 3 requests from 2.5 years ago.
Really?
Oh, man. They're expired, so I can't see them anymore, apparently.
Wow. I didn't know we had a cameo. That's cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's just the Monty Show. The Monty Show is
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. The Monty Show on Cameo.
Yeah, listen, dude. Yeah.
You guys want to send me a request? Hey, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. If you guys want to, I'm on Cameo. Go ahead and knock it out. Rizier wrestles in AEW wrestling. What is AEW? I've never heard of AEW. Look it up. It's great. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, man. Sure. Okay. We'll get right on that.
It's one thing for you to choose to appreciate one of us at your discretion, but it's another for us to ask for handouts. No trashing BDM, just to be clear. Just don't copy him. Yeah. I think it's a Big Daddy Magic was a one-time thing that I will never do again because it creates I just do things. Timothy, you're making me feel bad. Well, but even with like Big Daddy Magic, why beg? Why are you begging? You don't need the money. You just got on an airplane and flew to Seattle for whatever reason today. Right? Why not buy your own? Why not take I think he said he spent $100. Okay, if you spent $100 on an airplane trip, why not buy yourself a Buffalo Bills sweatshirt?
Because he wants it. Because I know why. Because it's not about the money. He wants it to be from you because it means more to him.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Well, I ain't tracking your mail, dude. That's all on you.
Hey, look here, man.
Like I'm somehow now I'm responsible to track your mail.
Draw, dude.
Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I am not at anybody's beck and call. Like I'm not. I have no idea if it's delivered or was delivered or won't get delivered. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I did we raised the money on the show. We bought the thing. Like
the victory has already been won.
Can't wait to get that Monty custom video in 2029. There you go, dude.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious to me that we have a cameo. I really had no idea. So that's funny that we.
I remember when we were back at the Maverick Center. I remember we had done that.
Yeah.
I remember we had done that. So, that I do remember, but I guess it's a lot. There's a lot of sports figures on it. Like, are you really paying for somebody to send you a custom video?
Yes.
This is such a thing.
Dude, it's not Cameo's not as big as it used to be, but that is the whole concept of OnlyFans. That's the whole concept. Hey, I'm paying for one-off videos.
What? So Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, you have to pay him $6,500 for a video.
Cameo. Yeah.
Somebody named Brian Baumgartner, who was an actor on The Office, $3,750.
Like $3,700?
Yes, $3,750. Jesse Metcalf, who's an actor from Desperate Housewives, $9,750. Christina Millian, $8,000. Dean Norris, oh yeah, the actor from Breaking Bad, $6,000.
Okay, so we can definitely be asking for $100 a pop.
Brett Favre,
Yeah, the thumb.
$2,858. Somebody named AJ and Big Justice, we bring the boom, $5,000. LeVar Ball, $1,000. Like, are people really paying this? Gabby Douglas, Olympic gymnast, $6,500. Ice-T, rapper and Law and Order actor, $5,000. Like, who's paying this?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Who is paying this? Martin Covey?
Hey, Marty.
$2,100. Bo Jackson, $5,000. This is wild to me. Jesse Palmer, The Bachelor, $28,572. That's great. Oh, the Rizzler. The Rizzler will do a video for you for $20,000. You're out of your mind. Somebody named Jax Taylor from Vanderpump Rules.
Okay.
$2,000. Like, I don't even know who these. I want to find somebody I know. David Arquette, actor, $5,000. Mick Foley, WWE legend, $999. You guys are out of your mind. That there is just no way. Kanye West, that's not Kanye.
Let me
West.
guess, $800 million.
$250. Sorry. That's not Kanye West. Like, I just don't understand why would Shooter McGavin $5,000. That isn't crazy.
Man,
that's crazy to me. That you guys are willing to pay this kind, and I don't even know. Maybe I'm just not as smart as I thought. This is somebody named Almost Andy Reid.
Yeah, but James,
the Voros twins.
James, brother, we've talked about this already. I want to be able to buy Monty Show merch. A black polo with a logo would look great. But here's the problem, dude. You can't rock the Monty Show black polo logo shirt in the rectory. And you spend so much time in there that, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So,
Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. $5,000.
Is that for his services to catch a predator or for his cameo?
I would love Bruce Buffer, the UFC Octagon announcer, $10,000.
Okay, that would be cool to get one from Bruce, though. That would be cool.
You're crazy. Anybody doing this, you're wasting your money on this. Are we this obsessed with famous people? Are we this obsessed with famous people? Because you will never, ever. There is you got to be kidding me. How much? Perez Hilton, $500.
Perez?
Right? Like the social media star. Yeah, you guys are crazy for this. There is just Ralph Macchio, who's the Karate Kid, $1,000. Like,
Okay, that's enough. Stop, please.
I have to assume people are paying this, right? I've never done this. Have you ever done this, Jake?
No, nope. Like I said, it used to be big back in pandemic times. Cameo was massive during the pandemic. So I think it's fallen off a little bit post-pandemic.
Antonio Brown, who's made $947,000. on Cameo. $3,000 to have wacky ass Antonio Brown send you a video.
Bro, you did not just say that he made $900,000.
Bro,
dude.
Kevin Wu from K-pop, $1 million in earnings at $10,000 a video. Riff Raff, who is a professional poet, has made $1.3 million on Cameo. This is amazing to me.
So anyway, I mean, find us on Cameo. Make some requests. I mean, can we set our price? Are you logged into the account?
Yeah.
What should we set the price at?
No idea.
$100 a pop?
Gosh. Okay. I mean, sure. I don't even know what would you even, where do you, this is crazy to me. Dave Wanstedt has made money. You jerk wagons. You paid Wani the mustache to send you a video.
I want more.
That's crazy to me. I have no idea what our minimum price would be. Yeah, I don't know.
Would you guys, in the comments section, would you guys pay us to do cameos for you?
And Rob
genuinely
Hunter from Salt Lake City, who sent us a $5 order. I apologize, I missed it.
When did he send
2
it?
years ago.
Oh.
3 years ago, 2022. Okay. Listen, man.
Well, what month in 2022? Because that's almost 4 years ago now.
It doesn't tell me.
Oh.
It just says expired. So I can't even see what he asked for. But I didn't even know about this, dude. I cannot believe. Oh my God, I cannot believe how many.
What?
Bro, like I'm a golf fan, and I need to look at this on desktop. You
Dude is bought in now.
You can't tell me. You cannot tell me. I'm looking at the Cameo quote unquote leaderboard. And I am amazed at this. Here are number one in the world, somebody named Ash Trevino. Is that still true? But number 5, Bob Does Sports.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who apparently does videos for $150.
Yeah.
And has made millions of dollars.
I'm telling you, guys, go on our Cameo and just request videos. I'll make some. Monty will make some. I'm happy to do it, dude. Happy to do it. Even if it's,
bro.
I mean, I have no idea what a proper price for the video would be. I mean, I'm inclined to think that, $50, $100, I don't know, like whatever you guys are comfortable with. But, like I have no problem with it. You can add it because I think on Cameo, I could be wrong, but I think on Cameo, you can basically request anything. Like you can request anything. Like most people were doing happy birthday videos or whatever when it started, but I think you can request like whatever. You can like ask for advice. You can request like whatever. So,
Hello?
Hello.
Was I offline?